Hello guys, welcome to another trade recap. Today we got some shorts. I was able to get small green on the day and I pretty much called it a day. And let me go ahead and explain why I took the short and also at the same time why I was kind of like eyeballing the longs, but I ended up just going short instead. So first of all, let me just go and explain why I was actually interested in the longs first. So this is because of the higher time frame. So pretty much in QNES, I kind of like in this weird area, kind of like floating, quote unquote, right? Um, on this range that we formed, pretty much. So I was like, you know what, bro? Like, I don't really see any more targets that we can go or that we want to actually reach. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much like in the middle of quote unquote in the middle of the range, just floating in this range, and I was like, okay. I mean, I don't see any other area that we might want to reach. Maybe this gap over here, that might be can act as a support to push us higher. But at the end of the day, I was not seeing something clear we're gonna target to. Also, price is on a weekly and daily for Baliga, so that also was kind of like, you know what, like we might. Yeah, I will not be surprised if we actually balance here. But when I was looking into the 1 hour and the 15 minute, I was like, you know what, bro? Like, we are pretty much under all body areas. All BWAPs are pointing lower. So, I mean, following that, my actual system, I think shorts might really play. Though I also was since I was kind of like eyeballing the longs, I was also kind of like interested in maybe the double break long back to overnight. Like, my initial idea for this was something like taking the long over here and just target overnight. And we pretty much be gonna be like exiting at 10:41, which was the time that we actually reached to overnight. Um, so that's why I actually kind of like waited a little bit longer today. I didn't jump into this in the longs or the shorts at pretty much at 9:48 or 9:49. I actually waited, and when I saw this big ass fucking candle over here, I ended up just going short from there, played my stop above the opening range high. Well, I guess at opening range high. I also was liking that pretty much the overnight BWAP was already in the range. So if we get a pullback to overnight, at least we're like it's not gonna be like messing with our stop. So seeing the overnight pulling out like the way that it did on the opening range, I think was a good thing. I like too because I was like, okay, we pull back to overnight. I think we're gonna like we have enough space to actually hold that pullback, which we kind of like we did actually here. So I mean, at the end of the day, I ended up just getting on a small green, and the reason for that, I actually have my note over here. I was noting that we're pretty much price was using the previous day's price level as a support, and I was not a big fan of that just because I have seen this situation before a lot. I'm not saying like it happened like last week. I think it did kind of like did no like one day, um, but usually like these price levels the previous days high and low are I have seen a lot of times price use them to form like a base, and then push from there or reject from there. So when I saw this, I was you know what, bro? Like if we get into profit, I think I'm just gonna take it, bro. Like at previous days, price level, just because I see that this is kind of like a base we're forming here. You know what I'm saying? Like this base over here. Um, so we're seeing this kind of like a support zone, and I ended up just taking on my trade on this candle over here, and also at 11:05, we were reaching the support that I was mentioning to you guys, and also NQ was pulling back to New York. So pretty much this is my exit candle over here. And also I was like, okay, we're going to a previous support on ES. We haven't break the support over here. Then we are pulling back on NQ to a possible area where we can bounce. So I was like, you know what, bro? I'm out. I'm gonna take my $20 on this trade and just pretty much see what happens next. And kind of like we never got to target here. News came in on I think it was at like 11:29, something like that here. News came in and price actually ended up delivering the double break on ES and also on I don't think I'm not sure if we almost did it on NQ. But I mean, after news came in, bro, I was like, you know what, bro, I'm gonna just call it a day because I don't want to be on a trade and then getting my stop hit just because I headline. So I decided to call it a day over here. And this is just a markup that I had. Just seeing pretty much so this markup that I have over here, it's just driven by the idea that we took the IB high. So if you are able to get that stat on Edgeful, or even I think a lot of people like just post the stat on Edgeful and then they trade on X. So the probability that we're gonna continue in the direction where the IB high gets broken, it's I think like 75%, 75%, 70%, I think. um, so based on this, that we broke the Ivy high, which is the opening range high, pretty much. Um, I think this can be a good trade over here. So pretty much we pull back, close above New York BWAP, and then we push higher, and we can just pretty much target opening range high again, or we can just target the swing high over here, or even like after 15 minutes of profit, pretty much like this. I think this can be like a healthy scalp to the highs. So just another idea that I was seeing over here. Again, I did not take this trade. This was the trade that I took, and I mean I feel no FOMO, but if I'm being honest, I mean I I think I did a well. I think I did well today, identifying the support on this price level and just exiting there and not being like greedy and just on the mindset of, you know what, bro, like I hold this shit already for an hour, bro. I'm gonna hold this shit to TP because I was already in drawdown and I deserve the profit. You know what I'm saying? So I think I did a good thing just closing the trade over here, and not because it fucking push higher. I think if we went to TP, because I mean I moved my TP to this swing low over here, which ended up just being hit. But a full TP was pretty much opening range low. Still, I think I did the correct decision just exiting my trade on this candle over here. And yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for me today. I hope you guys learned something from my trading and from my markup and from my explanation. Also, I hope you guys learned something from your own trading, and I hope you guys made some money today. And just one more thing that I want to mention, then I kind of like I have seeing is that let me see here. So Bitcoin is again an all-time. I think we're about to close. Yeah, we're near. Well, pretty much at all-time high BWAP over here. All-time high BWAP over here. I'm already long on this bitch. I was already long. Oh, I think it was in March. I bought at 64. Uh, like here, I think I bought like this on 64 ish. Um, and I don't really have a stop for this. I thought it was just like too cheap, bro. And they were like kind of like panic selling. So I was like, you know what, bro, these motherfuckers are panicking, bro. I think this might be like a good opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up just buying. I used Weevil on this trade. So I bought like I got like I bought 1K of Bitcoin on Weevil on 64 ish. I think it's just something like this. 64 ish. I'm currently up. Um I was just currently I'm debating if I want to like add into my position, if I because if I add another K, my average position is gonna be like around 70K. Let's just round it up to 70K. And I'm not sure if I want to do that, because I just bought Bitcoin to see if I can just get some profit and just take my position out. I was not actually planning to actively manage the trade, if I'm being honest. So I think I'm just gonna see what happens. Um not really interested, just because when I took this trade, or yeah, I guess this trade, I put the money aside. I was okay missing, I guess, like just taking 1K on my bank account and just don't care about that money anymore. So I think it's been healthy like that. So I'm probably just gonna hold it, bro. I don't think I'm gonna add into my position, just because I don't want to be like attached to this trade in a sense, because this is my own capital here. So I'm just gonna see what happens. If we broke, if we break the all-time high BWAP on Bitcoin, I can think of it of just like adding to the position, and I can just get out. Maybe we reach like um let's say this high over here, something like that. Just an idea, bro. Like I was not thinking of actually managing this trade. So we'll see, bro. Like I don't want to be like checking my Bitcoin chart every day to see where we are in price. And yeah, because as soon as I bought the Bitcoin, bro, I was like, you know what, bro, peace out. And I think I checked, we were like around here, and I was in profit, and then I saw the sell off, and I was just like, bro, I don't fucking care if, like, you know, like I was when I bought Bitcoin, I was like, okay, I'm gonna like quote unquote waste this money, you know. So there was like no emotions to this trade, and I think that's good. So I'm just gonna keep it that way if I'm being honest. So and see how it goes. I'm gonna think the next step for this project is manage if I want to take the full position out. Once we take some of these levels above, if we actually ended up just bull running this pitch, um, because it's still like we rejected here, so we rejected also here. So I'm not saying we're gonna actually break higher. I mean, this can easily just like reject like today, but just come all the way lower. You know what I'm saying? So like it is what it is. So that's I think that's the yeah, I think I'm just gonna like manage my active position that I have on this. I don't think I'm gonna like add in this, maybe, not sure. But I'm 90% sure I'm not gonna add in this. Just because I think I've been managing this trade the way they're supposed to be managed. So yeah, guys, that's just an extra thing I wanted to say. If someone is like is interested in this, not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but I just think this is like a interesting area to look at. Because I think Nvidia also is on all-time high speed up, and also we're gonna have earnings soon, so that also might be something to watch on. So yeah, that's pretty much it for me today, guys. I hope you guys um again made some money today. And again, if you lose money, that's perfectly fine. It's just the start of the week, guys. And we have all the week to make that money back. But just we're gonna take good decisions, stay tight, and see you guys tomorrow. Take care.